Hello, hello, hello. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Whenever you come across this video, thank you so much for choosing to spend a little bit of time with me. I'm so grateful for every single one of you. I love you guys so much. Thank you for all the likes, shares, and subscribes. Everyone who's booking, making purchases off the website, pledges to the Patreon, sending things to the P.O. Box, and purchases off the wish list, and tipping the Clarista. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I love you guys so much. I am a little under the weather today, and not feeling super swell. I'm feeling better than I was. But so this is probably just going to be like a shorter message. I wanted to get something out here for you guys though. Okay. Okay. What is it? Okay. So first of all though, I did pick up on, there is some good stuff going on. Definitely like in the spirit. Okay. That type of energy, but also there's a lot of downloads too. I feel like, but I feel like there was somebody that was trying to like intimidate you. Sometimes life brings questions. Questions about love, questions about career, questions about your life journey, and sometimes we just need a little clarity. And that is where my new sponsor, Psychic Source, comes in. Psychic Source has been around for over 35 years, connecting people like you with trusted, compassionate advisors to bring through insights and guidance that they need at this time. One of the things that I loved or that stood out to me with Psychic Source was that not only do they care about their customers, but they also care about their employees as well as the world. They donate 1% of all proceeds to a good cause through their kindness initiative. I had a chance to experience the whole experience and talk to a psychic advisor, and I left feeling far more confident than I did like walking into it. She was able to pull on a recent dream that I had, and the craziness of it, and help me find clarity through that. She recognized that I was going through a purge and that I was going through a kind of like a rebranding, if you will. She was also able to give me like kind of a little bit of clarity on a direction that I'm headed in, and she even was able to like give like dates type energy, as well as like a couple names she pulled out. So it was very good. Like I said, I left feeling a lot more confident than I did going in, just about the direction that I'm headed in. And I didn't ask her any questions. This was all just, I just asked her, what do you got? And she just came, pulled all this stuff, and it was very good. It was very good. So with all that being said, I'm excited to share that Psychic Source is offering an incredible deal for my viewers, you guys. Okay, new customers can get up to 40 minutes with one of their advisors for just $19.80. That's a value up to $240, okay? You can get the deal through the link in the description box below using the keyword Corie, C-O-R-I-E, or you can go to trypsychicsource.com/Corie. There's never been a better time to experience true connection. Right. They were expecting to be able to intimidate you, or expecting to be able to like weigh you down. There was some sort of strategy that somebody was using here, okay? It seems to kind of like, I don't know, I feel like it was to like bring down something that you had built, right? To like burn something down. So there's a lot of fire energy here. Fire signs might be significant. Yeah, this was like to do something while you weren't looking. There was almost like some sort of energy of distracting somebody, okay? And then, I don't know, but there's this like sense of control here that somebody tried to use. It's almost like somebody was trying to use a connection in order to gain something. Hmm. Yeah, and the thing is I feel like with okay, so both of these energies, this beauty with the swan and the hare with the cycle, right? Both of those, their eyes are closed, and that's how I think it seemed to somebody, right? Or to, you know what I mean? Who was coming towards you here, wanting to manipulate a situation or like bring something down here. But they didn't realize, um, that you don't have to see through your eyes. You know what I mean? You can see through much more than your eyes here to know what's going on, right? All right, tell me about this rhinoceros or this moderation for the collective. Yeah, I feel like somebody was like expecting you to like take some sort of bait here. We've picked up on that quite a bit lately. There's also an energy too where yeah, that's where this despair is coming from because they didn't realize that you could see without your eyes open. You know what I mean? Do you get what I'm saying when I mean that? It's like you see things through other senses, right? Like through your gifts and things like that here. And I just feel like somebody expected you to, I've honestly, I feel like they just thought that you would just be, like a moth to a flame. You know what I mean? Yeah, somebody was trying to get you off your throne here. Okay, talking about this fierceness with the Wolverine. This feels like your ancestors. They're like, oh, hell no. This could also be somebody, there's a energy, there's a divine team or a divine partnership here in the spirit that is, uh, I don't know. There's some sort of battle going on maybe in the spirit here, and I feel like there's a divine partner that is like fighting for you here, fighting some sort of. But this again, it doesn't feel like it's in the physical. It does feel like it's more so in the spirit, right? I'm sorry. I sound so disgusting. This was also too somebody who because they couldn't like get you to go down this path, and then they kind of turned into this fierce energy, and then they started distracting or trying to come after you, like energetically. You know what I mean? In some type of way. That's not for everyone, but that is for a couple of people here when it comes to something. It's like somebody's trying to, and the reason that they would have done that would have been to intimidate you. Somebody's trying to get you like distracted, or like I said, trying to get you to pay attention to something aside from, to pull you away from something, some sort of throne or something like that here. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so tell me about this beauty with the swan. And now, again, keep in mind that sometimes this is just like spiritual entities or beings or things like that are moving through people. And sometimes these people don't necessarily know exactly that they're a tool, right? Um, but um, Sometimes they do. Right. Okay, so on this, there's something that you don't see maybe about somebody may work at a courthouse here, or tell me more about this occupation courthouse. Yeah, somebody could have been trying to set you up, like lead you down a path here to get you imprisoned, right? In trouble, or trapped in some sort of relationship. Trapped in something. Somebody was trying to, yeah, that's what it was. Um, for all of you, it's going to be different, but it would be, to be under some sort of judgment, or to get stuck in some sort of like occupation or relationship, or maybe even like an actual like legal situation, right? To set you up in that way. Okay, tell me about the cycles with the hair here. There may be a community that is, or this could be how it was perceived, right? This could have been a community that thought that you were, you know what I mean? Like you followed like a moth to a flame, right? And all those different things went down this path, okay? And you were in a certain condition. This is a repeat reading. I feel like I've recently done this. And there's a community that's realizing that actually the journey that you've been on has made you somebody else, or you've become a certain version of yourself, very balanced, um, very divine here. Yeah, interesting. This is, again, it's coming through again for a reason, right? I don't know if there's extra things that I'm picking up on here or what, but okay, so tell me about this expectation, false person, and pathway. And that makes sense, right? Somebody, and it could be that maybe there's like something, what with it coming out on this moderation, like, I don't know if there's something that made people believe that you were a false person on some sort of pathway, or you know what I'm saying, or this is just, like I said, this is just what people expected here, okay? Because also too, it could have been at a time in your life when you went down this path, right, where things could have really been out of hand, right? Kind of crazy. Okay, tell me about this expectation, false person, and pathway for the collective. What I say, manipulation. Somebody was trying to manipulate your path. They were trying to manipulate the direction that you go in, right? They were trying to manipulate the outcome here. They could have also been trying to manipulate somebody else, an older man here, okay? Interesting. Yeah, there's an older man that's concerned. Why are they concerned? Because you have, because you're not, so this older man could have been trying to manipulate this pathway or your journey or something like that, okay? And they're concerned because there's been some sort of achievement here, okay? Yeah, there's some sort of, there's an energy here where somebody may have left the church or something like that, okay? may have left some sort of faith, maybe some sort of cult, maybe some sort of coven, maybe some sort of something. And you've been maybe doing some things on your own, maybe eclectic or kind of like, learning something new here, or you know what I mean? Um, and I don't know, this is bringing some sort of conflict to a situation, okay? Sorry. I'm so sorry. Okay, so tell me more about this. I just remembered that okay, let me just. Okay, well, my bad. Anyways, okay, so tell me about this bad health with this thief and this lovers. Bad health, thief, and the lovers. Yeah, I feel like there's a path that you took and somebody thought, right? Um, thought that it was like false or a scam, or you know what I mean? That's basically this, right? Yeah, and they're mad though. They're mad because there's this starseed energy and this earth angel energy coming out here. This is like a reading I feel like I've been doing repeatedly for a couple weeks. Tell me about this occupation with courthouse and imprisonment. This would be like somebody trying, I don't know, somebody could have tried to take you to court here, or is wants to take somebody to court here, okay? Um, or again, again, it's like to set somebody up. Somebody wants, you know what I mean? They could be doing this now, and that's why we're talking about it, right? Because they're upset because they're finding out that you are this earth angel. And so, yeah, this person could be trying to set something up here. Because I feel like the more that you work on yourself, the more that this person goes crazy. Tell me about this community with this journey and this official person. Right. This is that self-love energy. Mm-hmm. And this is you being able to see that there was something else going on, right? This is an energy showing up in this nice energy, but you being able to see intuitive Kev back here, that really behind the scenes there's this Jezebel and this voodoo stuff going on. Right. So somebody isn't able to basically get you off your pathway or distract you or get you to go down a different direction here, okay? Um, they're not able to pull you, away from the throne here or anything like that. You know, throne, hypothetical, or however you want to, whatever you want to call that. You know what I mean? Um, but yeah, they can't. Because it's like you can see without actually seeing, with your eyes closed. And I think that's why these people are mad. One of the reasons why these people are mad, right? But also, too, they're telling me because they can't manipulate your path anymore. You know what I mean? They used to be able to manipulate your path. They cannot anymore. Yeah. And so now you can move towards like some sort of like actual money. These are people that wanted you. It's not that they didn't necessarily want you to do bad, right? But I don't think they wanted you to do better than them. And you probably have the potential or the life path or whatever to do so, okay? And so these people would I don't know, manipulate your path or your journey in some type of way, um, in order to keep you, within limitations, within restrictions, within, their comfort zone here, okay? But you've grown into this self-love. You've really grown into, to love yourself here. And like I said, there's been some sort of crazy development when it comes to your gifts because you can see without your like with your eyes closed, right? That's a big thing here. Um, and again, on this self-love, right? You can see with your eyes closed. So, yeah, there's something about that here. They can't manipulate your path anymore, right? Yeah. So, anywho, okay. I think I'm gonna leave it here, simply because I'm not trying to overexert myself. But anyways, just a heads up, this is going on. They're mad because, you can see something, that they were trying to hide, right? And that they cannot manipulate your path anymore, right? You've cut all of these cords. You know what I mean? You're a real boy or a real girl, right? That type of energy. Okay. Anyways, all right, guys. I love you so much. And we'll see you next time.